Wake up at Holiday Inn Express to a can't-miss breakfast that's free with every stay. Count on all the hot, fresh coffee you need and an incredible breakfast buffet that has something for everyone, like eggs, cinnamon rolls, and even hot, fresh pancakes with all the toppings you crave. Next time, do yourself a favor and stay at a Holiday Inn Express with a can't-miss breakfast that's free with every stay. So, when you wake up at Holiday Inn Express, you'll wake up happy. A part of IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Looking to make your holiday gifts more extraordinary? There's one place you need to go, PaperSource. PaperSource's gift wrap collection includes hand-illustrated designs, stone paper, sustainable handmade fine papers, and even pine-scented wrap. Don't want to do any wrapping? PaperSource has easy solutions with their pre-wrap gift boxes and bags. Or you can leave it to the professionals with their in-store wrapping service. Give yourself time back and wrap up your holidays with something extraordinary. Visit papersource.com or stop by a PaperSource near you today.
Me and Jay were talking about this, like, none of these apps work anymore, like Discord and Skype and all that shit.
Yeah, why is that?
Like, they floated them through COVID, and then they were like, fuck it, man. If you're not going to delete it then, you're going to keep it, you know?
Is the at-home setup just not as good as the office setup?
I don't know.
Can you not do the same shit at home that you can do at work?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can't give me the same technical difficulties whether I'm whether I'm on my fucking phone, my iPad, or whatever.
It's fucking crazy.
It's fucking retarded, yo. I don't know. I don't get it. Technology like video games gotten worse.
Yeah. Dude, fucking Madden 23 looks like shit.
Okay. Why has that game has never stopped looking the same since like 2021, and they keep saying like Frostbite engine, ultra real physics and textures, and it just looks like worse than like Battlefield.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it does. Like graphically, it looks like dog shit.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I've never noticed it before, but like I don't know. This one's really fucking bad.
I feel you because I feel like the time away from playing Madden lets you really look at it like, wow, is that what I was all hyped about years ago? Like, has the game always been like this? And I'm just like now waking up to the fact that like it's not really ever been good, you know? Like
at this point, I'm gonna go back to like 17 or something because
that's what Al does. Yeah,
fucking awful.
Yeah, that's what Al does. He just
17 might have been like the last good one.
I think you're right. You know what's funny? I was going through like my games library. And I saw it says like download again or whatever, like in like your purchase history. And there was like Madden 17. I was like, man, I played that game a lot. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Damn.
Yeah. I know my ultimate team on 17 was on fire.
Crazy.
Yeah. Playing that shit so fucking much. God. But then like 19 was okay. 20 was
And then there was that downhill slope where they got ready for like the next gen consoles, and the games got more fucked up.
Right, like because I'm playing on a PlayStation 5, so I got fucking Madden on PlayStation 5. I'm like, oh, this should look fucking great.
You're thinking it's gonna look real, and I look at the pictures of the stadiums, and the stadiums still look like they did in like on PS3. You know, like the people in the crowd look like the remember the shadow guy that Macaulay Culkin makes in Home Alone?
Yeah.
Like when the shadow guy's like, oh, like his joints don't really move. It's just like the elbow and like the hand move.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what the whole crowd still looks like to me on these fucking Madden games. And I'm like, wow. Like, it's not worth it.
No.
It's weird. Like it's hard to play a game now and go like, man, this looks like I'm playing it on some sort of like futuristic console that I paid $700 for.
Yeah.
And I can't find it. Like people say like, oh, you should do like PC gaming. I'm thinking like, what a bigger waste of money that is.
Yeah, like, fuck all that, dude. Like,
yeah, I'm not going to sit here and then someone tells me my graphics card in 3 months is no good because NVIDIA quit or whatever the fuck keeps happening. It's like, dog, leave me alone. Like,
and if I'm gonna have a fucking computer that's gonna run that well, you know I'm gonna be using it for bad shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know how many porn tabs I'm have open? I don't care about fucking. I don't care about 4K 3D sculptures. You're nuts.
So I'm saying that computer would be fucked.
Yeah, I'm on YouPorn. I'm on YouPorn and I'm killing my CPU. You have no idea. I'm gonna put this. I bet you I would find a way if I was like 15 years old and a horny little perverted teenager, right, in today's world.
Yeah.
And someone bought me a $2,000 gaming PC. I bet you I could fuck up that graphics card with how many porn tabs I could have open right now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have 479 like fucking YouPorn videos, and then just that one tab for Steam. And that's it.
Yeah, just to play like a Sonic Generations or some shit like that. On
Or what's that? What's that new one that's coming that looks pretty good? But
Frontiers.
That one.
Yeah,
that looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I would find a way to fuck up a graphics card. Hell yeah.
Just fry it.
Yeah. I'd be like, what did you fuck this thing up? What were you playing? What were you playing? Crisis? Like, hell no, dude. I was playing with my dick.
There's also the possibility that like I'll get on Steam and be like, oh fuck all this shit, and just go get like a fucking bootlegged one or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that computer's fucked.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going on Discord. I'm getting bootlegs of fucking Battlefield and all of them. I'm getting the old ones, the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that. I did that. I had a Windows computer and I realized how many cracked software programs I had running on it. I'm surprised like my information wasn't leaked earlier in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the LimeWire, Reason, and Propellerhead software I was running. Are you fucking crazy?
That's what I used the computer that they gave us at school for.
Oh hell yeah! You know how much fucking, you know how many fucking do not duplicate copies of like The Dark Knight I had on my fucking film school computer? Hell yeah! And if someone ever busted me, I'd be like, I don't know.
Man, I had Reason 5 on that bad boy. Whew. Ran smooth too.
I know. Now people are like, "Did you get the new Fruity Loops?" I'm like, "Fuck off, dude."
You know what's funny about like DAWs is that like PC doesn't really have any good ones.
Not anymore, but they used to be like the one. Remember, like people would like laugh at you. You had a Mac, and they'd go, "Oh, what are you gonna do, GarageBand?" And then you realize like everyone it was all uses GarageBand now.
I think it was because of all these like electronic producers that started using Macs.
Yes.
That everybody like made the shift to.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know. I just thought about that shit.
It's pretty crazy when you can think about like there are EDM concerts that are run off of like a total of 6 MacBooks, not even Pros, just MacBooks in general. It's just like they're using like the basic like Logic loops.
Not even Logic. They're using fucking like They're just running it straight through Ableton, which is fucking crazy.
Dude, I found out that Junkie XL scored fucking Justice League in Ableton and Cubase.
He sure did.
Wait, I was like, what the fucking shit? Yeah. On a Mac. So free software. Yeah. I was just like, wait a minute. The hell?
He scored it in his fucking underwear. That's
nuts. He's kicking it in his fucking home studio, like scoring, making like the Flash theme song type shit.
And not even in the studio on his fucking like his breakfast bar or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. He's waking up, he's taking a shit, he's doing some hot yoga probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that sound there. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like he's going through Reddit. You know? That's crazy shit, man. Technology has found a way to underwhelm at like a great expense. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think gaming is the best example of that for sure.
Yeah, dude, gaming has gone down so bad.
Like I have to keep reminding myself, like, am I excited for the new Call of Duty? Like, did all the marketing work, or is there just like nothing to play that's exciting, like big and loud and stupid, like a video game should be? You know, because now every video game has to be like a piece of art. You know, it has to be. I think
the only thing I'm excited about it is that it's bringing back the old crews.
Yes, that makes me happy.
Like, like because when the first one came out, like you started playing Warzone, you had your own little crew, and then slowly enough, like it started fading off, and you didn't play as much or at all in some cases.
Yeah, then all the Twitch streamers got it and ruined it.
Yeah, and now I think that's what it is. It's more about like the like who's playing, not really what you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I know as of today, they announced that like even something as dumb as like campaign co-op is coming to like Halo Infinite now, right? So it's like the whole open map, everyone can play together. And I was like excited, like it's weird. I was like excited for that. You know, like that's a feature. That's not even like a game. It's just a feature in a game. I was like, "Oh man, I remember doing that when I was 12." Like on an old Xbox. Crazy. Whatever. And it's just like it's weird for technology to be at that point where like it's so complicated, but it's like also convoluted.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it? Like, remember when we used to like get mad at cell phone companies for making like a new phone every year, and then kind of what's that phrase? Planned obsolescence. Like pretty much like being able to kind of set your phone on fire in a year. Like there'll be no more software for it. There'll be no more updates for it. So like now you're forced, at least within the next year and a half, to get another one. You know?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, how easily we were convinced into thinking that was a cool thing. Like, where like Apple and like all these companies do like their own version of like E3 events. You know, they're just like, we're going to show you what the new iPad looks like for the next hour and a half. And you're like, I just got one last year. What the fuck?
Yeah, the new Apple Pencil coming soon.
Yeah.
The Apple Pencil.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They're like, oh no, because the new iPad, the new notes in the press release even said, with all new Apple Pen functionalities, you can do even more with that Apple Pen. And I'm like, just give me that on everything then. What the fuck? Like,
I saw the prices today for the new iPads that are coming out. I'm like,
yeah.
I might as well buy a fucking laptop.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. And they go get the case where like you can put a keyboard on it. Like, okay, that's a laptop now.
You're selling me a fucking laptop.
And they're like, yeah,
infuriating.
It's insanity on like on a level that like where it's like they had what is it? They had like those Mac Studio towers, like the towers that they built that are like a total of like $7,000. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And like the nerd in me and like the working professional in me goes like, that's a pretty good investment. But then like the same thing how we were joking about like the graphics cards, like in a Windows PC, you constantly having to change them out. Like it's not like you can even get a benefit from like buying the Mac tower no more. You know,
hell no.
You either pay $7,000 up front, or with like your Windows PC, you pay $7,000 over time within that same year. So it's like, what do you want? You know what I mean?
And either way, in about a year or so, it's not even going to matter.
Yeah. And that fucking Apple 4K screen they're trying to sell people for like $2,000, and you're like, dog, I have a 4K 160 hertz screen right here, and it cost me $250. Like, what the fuck? It's like an LG. What the fuck is an Apple screen? What is that?
And they keep pushing that stuff on you like this is going to be the top sell. Like you have to get this damn thing. And I like how they try to make that shit a requirement too.
Yeah. It's kind of like those fools that fall into the trap of like they start building their little home studio, but all they do first is like put like RGB lights everywhere, and they don't really think about what kind of music they're going to be making, or
that's all you need.
You
gotta set the mood. Set the mood and come what may.
Yeah.
As long as you can be part of the boiler room, you're fine. You know, you made it.
Yeah. It's fucking.
You're a DJ now.
Be all zonked out on Molly, dancing in the background and shit.
Hell yeah!
Get that feedback out there, son.
I'm gonna make some country songs with. I'm gonna make some country songs with hip hop beats, bro. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I know Old Town Road. What?
Yeah. Everyone made fun of Nelly 20 years ago, but look who's laughing now.
To the country grandma.
Remember that shit? People were like, Nelly's such a fucking. What do you think he's white now? Like,
shit,
no,
man.
It's the fucking,
fuck
it's the
Nelly.
wave.
How about that Drake motherfucker? Yeah, get that Drake on there too. Yeah, let's do this.
Now Drake is making like shitty. Drake is making music that makes Snow, like Informer Snow.
Yeah.
It makes Snow look like a gangbanger. The kind of music that Drake is making now.
Sure enough, man. You know what I mean? Puss music is in. Let's do this.
Drake, like, unabashedly was just like, how do I look like a simp out the gate? I'll drop a whole 48-track album with shit dance hall music.
I think we forget a very, very important fact about Drake. That is, he is gangster rap for guys who work at the bank.
Oh, oh, that's right.
He has a point.
Yo,
Damn.
I still got that shirt somewhere around here.
You know, it's weird that statement is more true now
than ever.
More than ever. Yeah, I gotta make everybody that shirt now. I think
you need to reprint it for sure. I need another one.
Yeah.
I mean, after the Scorpion, what do you expect, man? Remember that shit? Like that 2 discs, they were like, man, I don't know whether this is good music or not. That was everybody coming out that whole week talking about.
That's when
Drake is back, and I was like, yeah, okay.
That's when fans just don't want to say I didn't like it. I don't know if this is good or not. What do you mean you don't know if this is good or not?
You know it sucked.
Yeah, like I knew the Batman was bad when I saw it. Then over time it got worse. Like it didn't get better. It didn't make me go, you know what? No, second thought.
I mean, it's not like a polarizing Marvel film or She-Hulk or anything, because we can't say that's bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Did you guys?
We can't say She-Hulk is bad.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't even say it was polarizing. I think the whole audience just said it was bad.
No.
Oh man, they were out there lying for that shit left and right too. Especially this latest one where allegedly, like, she talked to Kevin Feige on the show. I was like, look at this bullshit, will you?
Oh no.
Cool. Now it's just a cartoon show.
I mean, they found a way to take like what was cool about like Deadpool and everything, and like
make it,
like how we break like how we break the fourth wall and all that crap. And just totally ruined it. Like even the whole like writing staff was in there talking about like how this show is, and I'm like, are you motherfuckers that insecure? Really? It wasn't that good.
Why can't we
7 times in a row?
Like, why can't we can't even just like? It's a weird thing where no one will just call it what it is, which is like the MCU is probably over. Like it's
been over though.
Yeah, like it's and it's not gonna keep going. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to like, we're not going to see the fucking Rainbow Coalition as the Avengers anymore. Like, that's over. No one wants it. No one cares. Whatever.
I mean, when it gets to the point where you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel and you're doing all you can to try to be like, hey, Disney Plus, guess what? We're going to introduce the X-Men and all sorts of presentations. I was like, what do you mean presentations? You're going to make them an hour-long movie. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, because they have to cut the budgets and then find a way to make them low budget. And then if they flop, how do we cut our loss? We have to go and make the thing that's like the cheapest thing to make about this thing. And then if it doesn't work, we just say, no, it was just like the Wolfman. It was 1 hour, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night. And it was like, okay, so you did all that and you made it in black and white, which by the way kind of ruins black and white presentation. So way to go, you bastards.
Yeah, I think they misunderstand. It wasn't so much that like the film came out in black and white. It was the post-processing didn't do color. So, you still had your shades of gray.
The beautiful reach.
Yeah. It's like I watched like the first like 5 minutes of the Batman, and then I noticed they had added digital noise to the movie to make it look like it was shot on film, and like these weird fake like flickers in the image. And the more I looked at it, the more it started to fucking bother me.
Oh my god!
Like, dog,
don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah.
And then like the same thing with Jurassic World, the latest one that came out. Like they said, guess what? If you couldn't get enough of this bullshit earlier, now you can get the extended cut here on Peacock.
God,
take a look.
Damn it!
I was like, what the fuck? Nobody wants this shit. What are you doing?
If anything, when we had talked about it, I said that it was way too fucking long.
Yeah, and they made it longer.
What if the director's cut was 45 minutes less? And he was like, I told him to cut all that giant insect shit out of the movie.
It's still too damn long. I mean, even then, I was like, how much overloaded CGI can you get? We already know the plot's not good because if anything, it picks off directly after Fallen Kingdom, which wasn't that good in the first place. And then apparently, what happened was they also took the dinosaurs from both islands because apparently something happened at Site B too, and you had to go on like the microsite to find that out. I was like, oh, give me a break.
It's like I just
Yeah, because after we talked about it, I took the time to go watch it, and I was like, "Yep, here we go, y'all." I didn't think I could hate another trilogy just as bad as like the sequel trilogy, but yeah, here it is.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's a weird state where like movies are kind of dead too. Like when I went to go see Smile, I thought to myself, "This is what everyone is saying is good."
That viral marketing.
It's just like there must be nothing going on, you know. Like maybe I got spoiled. Maybe I enjoyed Top Gun way too much, and I thought, "Wow, that's what a movie is." And then I went and
it is what a movie is. It's just whatever follows and the rest of it. It's like you can tell it's just a paint by numbers fest. I mean, every time like this season comes around, you're only gonna get like 2 or 3 movies, and then there's always that one that's good. And then there's that one that everybody, quote, liked. Yeah,
for sure.
And if they're not running any of these established ones in the rails, it's going to be that one that everybody, quote, likes. Like, even now, people are still arguing about Halloween Kills. Is it good? I'm like, what the fuck you asking me for? I got tired of it a long time ago.
Yeah, I was actually... Hey, Eric, did you see Halloween Ends at all?
I didn't even see fucking
Halloween
the last one. No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I figured
that's why I brought that up.
The second one. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, because I didn't need the second one.
No, yeah. It's kind of like, okay, so the next one is he dies, right? Just one more. That's all we need, right? Just we're here now. He found.
I can already tell you how it ends. Like he's not gonna die.
Yeah, and that's okay. So, like, spoiler alert, because who gives a fuck at this point?
Go ahead.
They literally throw Michael Myers' body into a like a junkyard automobile destroyer. Like you see him get crushed to death.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's one interesting thing they did in there, where there is a character that like takes up the mantle for a moment in a moment of mania. That was a cool idea. That was cool. And then I was actually really surprised that the ending they showed him just get crushed, which I think might be the director's way of saying, "Can we stop this?"
I mean, it was Carpenter coming back for all 3 of those films in that moment. So yeah it kind of works for that, but it's like that whole damn franchise. You guys know I talked about that last year.
It's just like, and that's why I just kind of like, I'm just happy that it was just like legitimately at the end I was like, okay, they show you him getting crushed, and like Jamie Lee Curtis like puts his body in there. The granddaughter like turns the machine on. They make like this big old ceremony at the end about it, and I was like, all right, that's fine. Thank you. Fine. Like after all the Marvel cock tease shit that we're like so used to in movies, you could tell it was a bunch of filmmakers going like, "Can we just end this fucking thing?"
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then like, yeah, that to me is the true terror. The true terror is you get sucked into a franchise and realize I got to do this for the next 20 years of my life.
All right.
Hey,
as long as they didn't leave that door open, I might actually watch it.
Yeah, and that's what I would recommend. I wouldn't watch Halloween Kills. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Just skip it.
And that's the weird thing, like where sequels and trilogies, like the second one is either like the best or the one you can just dismiss. Because like if you look at like the Dark Knight trilogy, the funniest thing is like the Dark Knight's really good, but if you want to get the end of the story, you could skip it, which is what's really fucking weird, you know, because it's really about like Bane challenging Batman and then like, you know, him like retiring in death, I guess you could say, like becoming immortal as the Batman, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If you think about that, you don't even need to explain that Joker is a thing.
No, you don't.
See what I mean? And so like that's why I was like, all right, I don't really need to see Halloween Kills, and I made the good call on that one. Smile was a waste of time. Smile was a movie that I thought like, wow, okay, that's.
I mean, like,
that's nice.
What gets me is that people don't realize that Smile had the same gimmick as Truth or Dare. That's what kind of bothered me. It was like, wow, it must have been a movie that nobody went to see because this has all happened before.
And it's weird because the setup is oddly the same, but it's also my complaint with like when like you kind of look back at movies like Midsommar and Hereditary, These movies that got these like unnecessarily like legendary statuses for no reason at all.
What the fuck?
Like, and I know everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that girl's head came off when they hit that light pole or whatever, you know, in Hereditary. And you're like, okay, but that doesn't make the movie, you know, it's a plot point. And the daughter could have passed away any other way. You know what I mean? And the family would have gone down the same level of trajectory. It was like the writer kind of going like, this movie's kind of boring. Can we do something scary or shocking or some shit? And they go, yeah, make her head come off. It's like, how? I'm like, surprise me, you know? See you on Monday. That kind of shit.
Like, hey, man, that's your job.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm just the executive. I'm here to rape actresses. I'm not here to write the movie for you.
And then there's that too.
Yeah, that's probably a true. Ironically, it's a very true statement that's probably been said within the studio before.
I wouldn't put it past them.
No. And yeah, I don't know. Do you guys feel like? Do you feel like the? You know, I guess you could say it in a weird way, like horror movies were kind of the first proto versions of like these like long running legacies were like proto versions of what these like comic book universes try to be. You know, these like these long form extensions of story or whatever. But do you think that horror movies have also kind of hit a point where like those are also just kind of like whatever at this point? Because like Jay, after the Hangouts, I thought about this, and I thought, like, there hasn't been a monster movie in a really long time.
No one we're talking about on these shores, no.
Yeah.
Except for maybe outside of the legendary versions of Godzilla, but...
Yeah, and even then, I don't even see those... I don't see those as, like, horror monster movies. I see those as, like, spectacle. Like
event monster movies, more or less. Like, you know,
more like Independence Day than, like, fucking... you know, like Pumpkinhead or whatever.
Now, see, when it comes to something like that, you got to really look under the radar for like new Pumpkinhead movies and stuff, because there was actually like, what, 4 of them now?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's there, but it's not on the mainstream level. I mean, if anything, people are just banking off of like franchises, because I saw a lot of people very excited about like Scream 7, and I'm like, how the fuck did we get this far? And then I realized like Scream 6 and all that shit, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
and I sat there and watched it. And I was like,
Scream 7 came out, right?
Well, it's on its way, and I'm like, Scream 6, and I'm like, and then I realized they're not bringing back Nev Campbell because of pay dispute. And I'm like, so what's happening with that story arc then?
It's over.
I mean, what, she's gonna die off screen or something? They're gonna show like they're gonna show a clip, and then all of a sudden like the train get busted in or something.
They're gonna like they're gonna give her the Jamie Kennedy send off.
Oh,
they're gonna give her they're gonna give her the Black Panther treatment.
Oh. Nev Campbell forever? Is that what it's gonna be called?
Oh man.
Yeah.
What is going on with that fucking movie, by the way, with Wakanda Forever? Because, man, what a way to have a trailer where you realize, like, they've already just overlooked, like, there is not an image of Chadwick Boseman in that trailer.
Not a
cent, not a dime of time. Yeah. Weird.
I mean, there's so many. I've said quite a lot about that movie. I said, like, you know, they should go ahead and recast it, but everybody else was like, no, it shouldn't happen this way. I was like, okay. You got all these people that played Spider-Man, and you got all these people who played Superman. You got all these people that played, like, you know, but the one black superhero, right, from the motherland, and you're gonna say like, oh, well, no, we can't have any more of that. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
The crazy thing is, like, they swapped out Terrence Howard in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
They wrote it into the story like, I'm here. This is what I look like now. Deal with it. That was in Iron Man 2 or whatever.
That was in Iron Man 2, and it's like you act like, well, you know, I look at people nowadays, and I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but even the family of Chadwick Boseman was like, if you find a replacement, we're going to be okay with it.
And they were like, shh.
You're still grieving. You don't know.
Yeah.
How sad. And then old Kevin Feige's like, I believe that this is a great idea. What we were doing. Yeah, we are doing this because it was too soon. It was too soon. Delay the fucking movie, asshole. You ever think about that?
Too soon.
I was like, "Are you serious?"
Crazy? There was like a stuntman on The Dark Knight that got like cut in half by that fucking semi truck doing a stunt. And or Spider-Man 3, better yet, there was like a cable that came apart on a stunt and like ripped one of the stunt coordinators in half. And they went back to set the next day.
And they sure enough did, didn't they?
Hey, Alec Baldwin shot a lady in the head.
And that movie still got finished.
And they gave the husband, he settled to get executive producer credit on this fucking movie just so he didn't get convicted of murder.
Wow.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But once again, though, this right here, this is honoring and showing dedication and respect. And I'm like, look, there's a way of doing that. You put it in the credits, or you go ahead and you give your shout outs and respect as you make the movie. And I'm sure whoever the successor would be, because apparently there are no other African American actors in the world.
No, none.
And apparently I'm not an example of that either, but fuck that idea, right? Like
let's also forget that or not forget that there's not another Creed movie coming out either.
Exactly.
No.
I mean, like there's nobody that could have the same tutelage of an actor to play the role. There are people out there who actually could do the role justice, just like he could, but we'll never see that though, because they just swiped that away. I was like, wow, look at him.
That's crazy shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're open though for opportunities for everybody. A person of color, sincerely white folks.
Fucking shit, yeah.
Sincerely white folks. You don't know what a person in a third world country went through. Neither do you, jackass.
Yeah, Wakanda is real.
Things like that.
Like, it's so funny for people to be like, "Oh, isn't it look so beautiful out there in Africa?" I'm like, "Dog, this is like a Star Wars city." Like,
I mean, are we going to be talking about Mombasa? Where's Mombasa? Get the fuck out of here, then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as soon as they pull that kind of shit, it's like they have beautiful cities over there, believe it or not. But I guarantee they would never know where it is because, hey, Africa's a country.
Well, it's like how no one can find Ukraine on a map.
No,
right?
Not at all.
Like, and I'll be honest, I can't.
It's right next to Pakistan, right?
Something. Kazakhstan?
Hey, with the logic of things in the world, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And they think that shit's in driving distance too. People are crazy with that nonsense. It's like, do
you guys know how
hilarious
China and Russia are? I'm like, it's not like they're next door, dude. Like, Russia's pretty fucking big when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that whole damn Eastern Bloc was Russia for the longest fucking time. Where's Eastern Bloc at? It's like, see that landmine over there? It's got friends. Go walk in it.
That's why Putin's like, you better put some respect on my name. I used to own half this motherfucker.
I gotta admit, that motherfucker's acting like a boss pimp for real. Like some of that shit that he's doing.
He pretended to lose, and then they launched grips of missiles at where some of those soldiers were, and was like, "Psych."
I mean,
and then he annexed selling oil to people. Like
motherfucker don't care.
No.
And people over here like reaching out, trying to reason with him. I'm like,
dog,
he's more of an active. Yeah, he's more of an active participant about this shit than ever. As soon as he had that stuff pulling up right there across the border, what do you think? He was like, yeah, I'm getting the family back together whether you like it or not, motherfucker. There's a way we doing it.
The long game is if I let all of Ukraine's friends front their weaponry, it puts Ukraine into debt. And if I just like peter out long enough, it'll put those countries in debt too.
That's right. That's what he was doing.
And like, it's worked brilliantly. Ironically enough, I mean, gas here is $98 a gallon or whatever it is now, some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
and like we joked we joked at the beginning of this. We said like, dude, if you told somebody, hey, if you go fight for Russia, we'll lower the gas prices, they probably would.
Yeah,
I would right now.
That's the selling market right there.
I mean, they're gonna draft all the transgenders to the army. I don't want to be part. Are you fucking serious? Can you imagine this wave of pink-haired weirdos running towards the Russians? Or talk about out in the open breaking camouflage and shit.
Buddy, half of them are gonna fall apart by the time they even get on the boat on the way there.
Can you imagine your dying words when the Russian soldiers have you captive? Is like, it's ma'am. Can you imagine that? They have you like, sir, you American pig, like that, all you American men are the same, like that. And he's like, it's ma'am. And then they blow your brains out. That's your last words. Like, wow.
We need to talk about this. My Twitter, kill him.
Yeah.
It's Twitter.
Are you going to separate us in the assassination pits by gender? Because that's kind of narrow-minded. You know, could you imagine that? I wouldn't. Now I'm all fired up. Now I'm going to go, now I'm Russian.
Oh,
now, there's a couple of...
Imagine them as POWs, though. Oh, God.
Well...
The Russian guy's like, hey, this fucking fool over here is talking about his hormone treatment? What is that?
Eventually we'll save them. No, we won't.
Yeah. Deborah, frontline medic, her beard's growing back in and her fucking voice is getting all deep again.
I mean, we'll have a chance bringing people back from Indochina before we bring back anybody over there.
Dog.
You think about it.
Look how well Afghanistan went. Look how many of them we went back for. Psych. Psych, I lied.
Unconfirmed and unaccounted for. You know?
We didn't leave anybody behind. They wanted to stay.
On the private sector, by the way.
They all worked at the embassy.
Sure they do.
Yeah.
Doing philanthropy work, are we?
Yeah, jeez,
we didn't bring it back because they look like they were enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. We left all that nice gym equipment and helicopters out there. You don't want to get all buff and learn how to fly and shit.
I mean, y'all are on vacation for the longest time, and they out there in the slave quarry.
Yeah. You guys are acting like Sharia law is a bad thing. You know, shit like that.
Mm-hmm. And no great loss has ever happened. You're not just in the government; you're tax write-off.
Man, oh man, could you imagine that? We go to World War III, they're gonna start drafting all the fools on hormones and shit.
I mean, the infantry is ready and armed to go.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. Like, they won't even draft people who are in prison to serve in the military, which would be the easiest way to get rid of your sentencing, right? Yeah. Like, find a job, get a trade, like clean your shit up, put you on a routine. You know what I mean? Like, get you back into civilization in a way. And if prison actually worked like that, though, but you know, a lot of these things, they're private prisons more so than like public. If it was actual public, yeah, you could get that going, but not with the way these private motherfuckers are. They just gonna sit you somewhere and say you got an education. But the ironic part about today's world is like politicians will be like, you can't make criminals go do things against their will, and then you like line up all the rapists, and you go like, well, how much did they do to make people do things against their will?
Yeah.
That's your bomb squad right there. You know, go ahead, put them out there, strap them up to everything.
Those are the fools checking out the landmines, all right?
Shit, Operation Human Shield right there. Every fucking rapist you know.
Yeah. Give me all the Jeffrey Epstein guest list people out here.
Because they're all saints after all, right?
Fuck, man. Imagine you're Stephen Hawking and like before you died, they just showed a picture of you on Epstein Island and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
You know, it's funny. When that movie came out, right, everybody thought of Stephen Hawking as an angel, and I was like, y'all really don't know, do you?
No.
I sat right there, and I was like, ooh.
He's got the perfect cover. Let's say he's not even like all jacked up. He could have just said, oh, so I didn't know where they were taking me, sir. But he's like a genius. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Liar.
I mean, like, matter of fact, they made it seem like him and that. I mean, wasn't that his first wife for one thing? And it's like,
and then he got caught having an affair. How does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that happen? How?
Man, dude, now that I think about it, we live in a day and age where everybody keeps saying that FDR was with Eleanor the whole time. And I was like, nah, he had a girlfriend. And matter of fact, he died fucking his girlfriend. Yeah. So what happened was they took the body and then they had met up with Eleanor somewhere and they were like, yeah, let's make it seem like they were together the whole time and that he died being with his wife. I was no.
Like, oh, you know, Hitler died with his lover in some basement. I'm like, dog, how does anybody know that? How does anybody know
unless you were the one using the cyanide pill or so, I guess.
Yeah, like, was there a witness?
I don't know. So let's see, like, once again, like where we're asking questions, most people should be asking those kind of questions based on anything that they get from like news media or whatever.
Yeah.
But they choose not to.
Yeah. They won't. So. That's the whole point, is they won't, because they don't want the answer. They want to bitch about wanting an answer, which is two completely different things. Like, you ask a question, you're going to get a yes or a no, and half of that you're not going to like. Right. You run the risk. So it's like, I don't know. That's
like not saying that, like, you know, that the Emperor of China and the President of the United States don't talk to each other on weekends, and you know they fucking do.
The holidays start here at Baker's, with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
The holidays start here at Baker's, with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Baker's, fresh for everyone.